Hello, and welcome to Math 66 Calculus 2. My name is David Haywood, and I'll be your instructor. Most of the time I won't have my camera on when I'm giving lectures and stuff, but I figured it would probably be good for you to see my face at least once this semester. So here I am in all my glory, so you can put a face to the voice. Just to give you a little bit of information about me in case you're interested. I don't typically think that students are terribly interested in their professors' lives. I have no reason to suspect that you might be interested in my life. But my wife always scolds me if I don't introduce myself to my classes at the beginning of the semester. So anyway, so I'm married. I have 3 kids, twin girls who are 6 years old, and then a son who is 5 years old. So we had kids really quickly, and things were pretty crazy there for a while, but they're a little bit more manageable now. I have 2 dogs, a black pug named Vader, for obvious reasons, right? The breathing issues and the fact that he's a black pug, so he looks like Darth Vader. So we have a black pug named Vader, and then a border collie Australian Shepherd mix, which we named Chewie in order to keep with the Star Wars theme, right? I'm a pretty big nerd, right? So I like math. I like teaching math. I like reading all kinds of stuff, really. History and I don't know, all kinds of things. I'm a huge Tolkien nerd. My dad was a music teacher, so my siblings and I grew up, with music. I played trombone all throughout school. My brother, my siblings who live near enough to do so, we often get together and kind of have jam sessions where I'll play, the bass or the keyboard or something. My sister will play the guitar, and my brother will play drums. So it's fun. We don't do anything like serious, but so music is a big part of my life. I love the national parks. It's my bucket list items pretty much consist of visiting every national park. So I like to take day hikes up in Sequoia and Kings Canyon often. My wife and I are pretty big DIYers. So I'm at home right now. You can see my bedroom in all of its glory. Oh, and I should have closed the bathroom door back there. But anyway, this house was and still is a fixer-upper, and so we've been doing work on it. I put in the floor that you see behind me, and the baseboards and the molding around the doors, and we put in new doors and all kinds of stuff. That takes up more time than I wish it would. I'm kind of over it at this point, but there's still work to be done. So anyway, so that's me. Those are some of my interests, some of the things that I spend my time doing. Let's talk about your course. So I'm going to take you to Canvas now. This is the home screen for Canvas. I'll have any recent announcements are going to be posted up here. If you want to see old announcements, you can click on the Announcements tab and see all of the old announcements there as well. And then my home page is the modules. So the way that I'm going to organize the course is into weekly modules. So this is all of the material that I expect you to read through and watch and stuff in the first week of class. And then this is the next week of class. Now, these things, if you click on them right now, you'll find that they're all empty. There's like nothing on these pages. I just built out the next week's worth of material so that you had some sense for how a week would typically go. So because this first week is kind of weird because we have all this orientation stuff, so it looks like a ton of material, but usually it's just going to be 2 or 3 lectures, usually 3 lectures. I'm only doing 2 lectures next week because you have Martin Luther King Day on Monday, so I wanted to give you kind of like a day off, I guess. So two lectures next week, but usually it'll be 3. You'll have a weekly quiz. The quiz will cover the material from the previous week. So actually this quiz is labeled wrong. It should say 6.1 to 6.2. So I'll fix that. But But yeah, the quiz will always cover the material from the previous week. So you should do that on the first school day of the week. So usually quizzes are going to be due on Mondays. Next week, this quiz will be due on Tuesday, actually. And then typically, like, a lecture will look like this. So I have done 6.1 and 6.2 lectures. So there will be a video for you to watch, and then I'll have your homework listed down here, right? This exercise set. And let me just show you. So your book is Anton's Calculus. So it's Anton's Calculus, this one right here. And when I give you homework assignments, when I say like 6.1, exercise set or whatever, what I'm talking about, like if you go to the end of section 6.1, right? So if you go to the end of that section, everything's backwards. When you go to the end of 6.1, you'll have homework problems, right? Homework problems. Actually, they begin up here. So you have homework problems, and that's what I expect you to do. So it's pretty straightforward, right? So you watch a lecture, you do the homework. You can expect to spend probably 2-3 hours on each homework assignment. So just plan for that. And my advice would be, like, if you're concerned about due dates and stuff, just work through the modules. Just work through the modules in order, right? So the first thing you should do, right, is you should come, click on the syllabus, download the syllabus, and then read the syllabus, right? So read the syllabus. Because of COVID, right, we're still online, so my office is going to be through Zoom. I'm available for sure Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. So you can contact me any of those times to set up a Zoom meeting with me. If none of those times work, again, just send me an email. We'll try to set something up. But for sure, I'll be available these times to meet with you, just by appointment. So just contact me, send me an email, and we'll set up a Zoom meeting if you need to go over anything. As far as like materials that you'll need for the course, I'm going to be using Proctorio to proctor your exams. So, and Proctorio requires a computer. So you're not going to be able to get by on just a cell phone or a laptop. On a cell phone or a tablet. You'll actually need a laptop or a desktop computer. And you can check one out from COS. Follow this link to get the information on how to do all that. But yeah, you're going to need, obviously consistent access to a computer with a webcam, as well as consistent access to the internet. You can check out a laptop and a Wi-Fi from COS. So make sure you do those. So I'll be using Proctorio for tests and quizzes. As you go through this week 1 module, you'll see what you need to do in order to get set up in Proctorio as well. And I think I already talked about this, right? For each lecture, I'm going to post a video on Canvas. You can watch that whenever you want, okay? And then you can do the homework assignments whenever you want. My advice would be watch a lecture each day. So going back to Canvas, here's how I would do things. Again, this week is a little different, but like next week, I would take a day off on Monday for Martin Luther King Day. On Tuesday, I would do the quiz. Before I take the quiz, I would spend some time reviewing my notes from 6.1 and 6.2 and reviewing the homework assignments and making sure that I understand the material, right? And then I would take the quiz. Oh, and I would check the discussion board, right? So I have, at the end of each module, I have a discussion board where you can post questions about the material from that week. So I would also check the discussion board. And then after I've reviewed, right, the week, then I would take the quiz. And that's what I would do on Tuesday. On Wednesday, I would watch 6.3 lecture and then do 6.3 homework. And then on Thursday, I would watch 6.4 lecture and do 6.4 homework. And then I would use the weekend maybe to catch up on any of the homework that I wasn't quite able to do during the week, because I know you have other things going on, other classes and things like that. But that's sort of like the spirit that I have set up for the course, right? Again, you'll have a quiz every week. As far as textbooks are concerned, this is the textbook I'm using, Calculus Early Transcendentals by Anton, Bivens, and Davis. It's the 11th edition. you do have to get the 11th edition. Make sure it's the 11th edition. Otherwise, the homework problems aren't going to match up, and some of the sections in the textbook aren't even the same. So do make sure that you have the 11th edition. Grading is pretty straightforward. Homework and quizzes, 15% of your grade. Each of your unit tests is worth 14% of your grade, and the final exam is also worth 14% of your grade. An A is a 90% or better. A B is anything from 80 to 89.9%, and so forth. So talking about homework, as I showed you in Canvas, you'll have a homework assignment for each section that we covered in class. You should do the homework the day that it's assigned. In other words, like as soon as you watch the lecture, you should do the homework assignment as soon as possible afterwards, right? That said, I'm not going to collect the homework every single day. I'm only going to collect the homework 4 times per semester on test days. And if you want to know when your test days are, just scroll down and you can see test 1 is going to be on Monday, February 8th. So all of your Unit 1 homework, so all of the Chapter 6 homework is going to be collected on Monday, February 8th when you take test 1. So right now there's not even a place in Canvas for you to submit the homework because it's not due for another month, okay? That said, stay on top of your homework because you're going to have weekly quizzes, and if you don't do the homework, you're going to bomb those quizzes. But also, if you wait until the day before the test to try to scramble and get all your homework done, first of all, you're not going to get it all done, and second of all, you're not going to remember anything. When you cram like that, cramming is good, but not if that's all the studying that you do. You have to do long-term studying as well in order for the material to stick in your brain. So stay on top of your homework assignments, or you'll pay the price. The final exam is going to be cumulative. It's going to cover all of chapters 6 through 10. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to go a little out of order. So Unit 1 will be Chapter 6, Unit 2 will be Chapter 7, Unit 3 will be Chapter 9, and then Unit 4 will come back and do Chapter 8, and then Chapter 10 as well. And that more or less evenly splits up the material. But the final exam will be cumulative. It'll be on sometime during finals week. I'm not sure exactly what date to choose for that, but we'll see. Don't cheat. And I think that's all I have to say about the syllabus. One thing to warn you of. Okay, so all right. So we read this syllabus thing. I'm going to post the video that I'm currently recording right here, so you can kind of watch the video. And then you should go through, you should read this material about how I expect you to fill out and submit tests and quizzes. And then you're going to have a syllabus quiz. This assignment is locked until Monday, January 11th. So it's going to open at 12 a.m. on Monday, January 11th. And then it is due Monday, January 11th at 11:59 p.m. Okay? I'm not going to be using Proctorio for this quiz because I know that some of you are probably still going to be getting yourself set up in Proctorio, so don't worry about Proctorio just yet. But this quiz is how I'm going to take attendance. And so if you fail to turn in this quiz by the end of the day on Monday, January 11th, you're going to be dropped from the course. So make sure that you do this quiz. So those are all things that you absolutely have to get done on Monday, January 11th, right? You have to read the syllabus, read this about how to fill out and submit tests and quizzes, and then take the syllabus quiz. The rest of the stuff in this week's module you can do anytime this week. So the first couple things are about how to get Proctorio set up. Once you have a laptop with a webcam, you can set up Proctorio. And then the next thing is just a Proctorio trial run quiz. And that's not due until January 20th. So you have 10 days to get Proctorio up and running. And that's just going to be a simple task, like write your name on a paper and then submit it, just to make sure that you can like download stuff and upload stuff and get stuff submitted while you're using Proctorio. So again, those things you can do anytime. And then the 6.1, 6.2 lectures, so just 2 lectures this week. And that's that. And then a normal week, again, is going to look something more like this, with there's a little bit less going on. You can check your grades in the Grades tab. I'll have more information about that after I start grading some of your stuff. to tell you how you can check for feedback. As I said, you have a discussion board at the end of each weekly module where you can post your questions. If you want to look at all the discussions, you can click on discussions and get them that way. To submit assignments, you can just click on them in the module themselves to submit the assignments, or you can click them over here on the to-do list, or you can go to assignments over here and submit them that way, right? So lots of ways to submit assignments. And I think that might be all I have to say about this. It's hard to know what is kind of going to be confusing to you about any of this. So if you have questions, post them on the discussion board, and I'll try to answer them. Also, if you can answer each other's questions, feel free to do so. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say. I'm looking forward to walking through Calculus 2 with you this semester, and I hope it's a good one for you. We'll see you around.